So, Ali Ahmed, Imagination Media, South Florida. How are you liking the event so far?
It's awesome. Lots of folks walking around. Saw lots of merchants walking around. The venue looks awesome. TJ's talk on B2B was awesome.
It's killer, wasn't it?
Actually, man, I was pretty surprised.
Give us some. Let's go ahead and pump TJ for a little bit. Let's pump him for a little bit. What were some of the highlights? What'd you like about it?
Yeah, I got asked some tough questions on various things about how he feels, what's going to happen to various B2B sales agents and their future in terms of reducing B2B sales agents by 25%. And TJ's response to that was actually pretty sharp, where B2B technology solutions are going to actually free up those B2B agents where they can spend more time with their customers, some of their bigger customers, and build a better relationship. And how important relationships are, even with software involved.
It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Almost.
In case you thought his head was getting bigger on camera, it's definitely getting bigger.
He's got the hair blowing in the wind too. He's got the AC working for him there.
Is this your first New York, or you've been to New York before? For Meet Magento?
I've been to New York before. I think this is my second Meet Magento New York event. And it's supposed to be the flagship Meet Magento event, and it definitely is showing like one today.
Let's see. What else? So what have you been up to? What are you working on these days?
We've been busy. We've been building a lot of Magento 2 integrations recently. We have 2 or 3 Magento sites that have gone live or going live within the next week or two, right before the holiday. It's always a smart idea.
Nice. Now, you're in South Florida. What type of clients do you generally work with? What type of merchants? What do you got? What makes you guys unique?
We seem to have kind of fallen into the fashion vertical, primarily because we focus on point of sale and ERP integrations to Magento, brick and mortar retailers that are looking for, fully integrated omni-channel solution. And those retailers today seem to be fashion retailers, where they've got a retail presence, multiple stores, want to leverage that in-store inventory online, running different point of sale systems, and want integration.
Yeah. New York is probably one of the biggest markets for fashion, I'd imagine. I mean, yeah. I get
several customers that should be walking around here.
Nice.
I'm going to go find Ali's customers. I'll be back in a minute. While he's occupied, I'm going to go see if I can sneak in there.
But seriously, as an agency, to invite somebody to an event like this, you got to have confidence in yourself and in your service, because you're essentially inviting them into the lion's den, and you don't want customers to get poached. So when I see an agency invite their customers, that shows me that they know what they're doing. They have confidence in, and they want the best for their customers. They want them to learn. And
we saw the tracks and the talks as far as the agenda was concerned, and it actually looked really useful for a lot of our customers.
So if you invite customers to an event like this, you either know what you're doing or you have no idea what you're doing.
We know what we're doing. We're confident our customers love us and are going to continue with us. Most of our customers are long-standing relationships for a long time. So
now, point of sale, I get asked a lot about point of sale. What's the best What are the best integrations to use? How do you answer that question for customers, prospects?
It really depends on the point of sale the customer's utilizing. There's so many different point of sales out there now. It's more or less. It's less about the point of sale integration and more about the warehouse inventory management integration, right? So for most people, they're not really using a full-blown WMS solution. Most of them are probably utilizing their point of sale to do some sort of inventory and warehouse management. And the primary purpose is essentially to get all their products up to the web and inventory synchronizing, be able to buy online, pick up in store, be able to route orders to the location that they want to pick it up in, be able to track, multi-warehouse inventory on Magento, and be able to process orders from point of sale system.
Well, are there any talks that you're looking forward to in particular?
I was really looking forward to the 2 B2B talks that I saw this morning, and they held up.
Nice.
They held up. They were very informative. B2B is supposed to be the wave of the e-commerce future. I'm looking forward to the progressive web apps talk as well. Yeah. To learn more about progressive web apps. I haven't quite wrapped my head around, PWAs.
I'm so excited about PWAs. I love me some. Like I said, in my talk, I kind of mentioned, you've got people like Phil and Brian Lang, and you've got a lot of futurists that are talking about things that are way off, that are exciting.
Yeah.
But I'm a nowist. I learn best and I do best when I have a problem that I can solve. And PWAs are where all websites are going to go. And there's so much opportunity there with push notifications and
Right.
all of the things you can do. I am geeking out about it. I cannot wait for PWA Studio. I am already lining clients up so I can do PWAs when the studio is released.
You know what? I'm really interested in the talk about headless Magento. That's something that I find really interesting.
PWAs kind of fit into that, right? I mean, you're going to have the PWA that is the front end to basically headless Magento is my understanding of how they're going to implement that. So, yeah, headless Magento, again, just opportunity to do all sorts of cool technology and interface it with an e-commerce platform.
Absolutely.
I mean, I still wonder how now it is exactly. I mean, when is mass adoption really going to happen around PWAs? You guys are on the ground. You got fashion clients. You got small business clients. What do they think about? Do they have any idea what PWA is about, or what's?
I just mentioned it a minute ago to one of our clients, and they had no clue.
I was talking to a merchant the other day. I mean, they do about $16 million a year online, and they didn't have any clue. They're looking to redo their site. They were in a custom written platform. They're looking to redo their entire e-commerce operation, and they did not know what a PWA is. And once I explained it to them, I mean, you could just see it in their eyes. They lit up and they understood the power. And it's one of those things that a lot of things are going to have kind of a slow adoption curve. PWAs are not going to be that thing. Once it's easy to do, once the tools are there for you to have just kind of a base PWA install, you're going to see a rapid rate of adoption because the benefits of it are so extreme. Being able to have a mobile-facing website that when it's going to revolutionize mobile conversions. The problem with mobile right now is that you get a ton of traffic. 50, 60, 70% of your traffic may be mobile, and conversions are way down because people don't want to put in their info. It's hard, it's difficult. But when they visit that PWA and it asks them to save it, people don't download apps anymore. So that's a way to get on their screen as a reminder. You can push notification them reminders to do things, interact with your app. You can push notification orders and all sorts of crazy things. And we got music in the background. It's the thing that's going to make it, that's going to push it over the top, is when you get to the setup to where people don't have to enter payment or shipping information. When all of that is through a browser API and it's stored, and you can just go to any site in the world.
I totally agree. That's going to be huge. And I don't know. See, I don't know very much about PWA. So I don't know what APIs are there. I know there's location, shipping stuff, payment methods. That's massive. I mean, that's.
You know, and actually, we're in the process. Louise is in the process, who actually we picked up from Commerce Hero, our lead.
We're gonna do a whole testimonial on that.
Is in the process of building a demo PWA that we're going to try to show at Meet Magento Brazil, hopefully, at the end of this month. But the opportunities are definitely endless. I think it takes, commerce to a whole nother level in general.
We appreciate you being guest number 1, helping us work out the kinks.
Numero uno, if
helping
you're from
us
South Florida.
Fire this up. Numero uno, el último, the best. Well, thanks, man. We really appreciate it.